Hello everybody, this is ZigZagZog coming to you from somewhere in this world. We're back to continue our playthrough of Phoenix Point, the Year 1 edition. And ahead of us we have a mission to make nice with New Jericho, but per normal, there's a few little housekeeping things I want to take care of before we jump into the mission. In no particular order of importance, I do feel like we still need some more materials. And while we do happen to have a couple Helios, guess what I noticed around those Helios? We have a New Jericho base here and a New Jericho base there. Excuse me, I think this is the one I was pointing at, or meant to point at, that we can trade for materials with our food. So I'm going to do that right now. We're going to send number 4 Helios up here to do the trade up here. We're going to send Helios number 3 down to the southern base, and both of those have question marks, so what do you know, we may find some more exploration sites too. So let's get moving down here on those two things. One of our viewers, Utakeda, pointed out to me that I mistakenly, which is par for the course here, and I built the wrong kind of armor for our priest. So I'm going to immediately take away that armor and gives us some supplies, makes it look like I'm in good shape again, and then I'm going to pretty much spend a similar amount to get the actual priest armor. And the benefit is, I should have noticed right away when I said it added speed to the priest. This is what we should be adding for a priest, and that is perception. That's the strength of the priest's armor. So we're going to add in, I guess we'll do the body armor first, takes a little longer, and do it that way. What I'll do, I wish they had arrows pointing down also, so you could like just lower these two, because now if I want to get that priest armor back up, we got ourselves a problem. I got to do all sorts of shuffling, so I'll probably shuffle it at some point, but not right now for you guys. What else do I have? Oh, manufacturing wise, there is one more thing I've decided I'm going to do, and that Callum was requesting a heftier stick, and he was interested in Marduk's Fist that does the 160 damage and 200 shock. And technically it does do the most damage of all of them. The Scion of Sharur that we all have right now does 100 damage, but it also does 50 piercing. And if I makes this, so that actually brings it with that 50 piercing, wouldn't that get the damage up to, you know, within 10 of what Marduk's Fist does without any piercing through the armor? I'm curious. Maybe I'm understanding the way these stats work, but if we were to swing this at an armored guy, we'd get 100 damage, or we'd take care of, or we'd pierce through 50 of the armor and still do 50 damage. Maybe I'm still unclear how to read these and exactly how these stats work. Whereas if we had that same 50 armor to get through here, we'd do 110 damage. Yeah, so I guess Marduk's Fist still is the superior as far as actual hitting power. The benefit of the Scion of Sharur is the virus that it inflicts. But we're going to do for Callum is build this for him while we have the resources to do that. And speaking of resources, I decided I'm going to have to start looking and paying close attention to over here in personnel, what we have down here in our case here. And the first one I noticed right off the bat is our independent machine guns. We have no absolute ammo for that, and I'm going to scrap them both. And right here, we can get 37 supplies, 2 tech. And can I do both? Yeah, there we go. Then I would drag them both. So we're going to get 74 more. That pretty much almost just about paid for that Marduk's Fist. So that's kind of cool. And what we'll do is we'll start looking for other opportunities here and there. I still do have an independent assault rifle, but we happen to have ammo for it. So I'm going to keep that temporarily as a backup weapon in case we get new soldiers that might not have a particular weapon to use, although I guess we have enough variety of other weapons. But yeah, we'll scrap that soon enough when I need some extra materials. As a matter of fact, why don't we do it now? Because what I'm thinking, with all the stuff I'm going to be wanting to manufacture here in the short term, if we take a look at this bay, we do have a fabrication plant that would be nice to get fixed, and I just need a little bit more materials to be able to do that. So guess what? We're going to sell those things anyway, because we do have enough, I think a plenty amount of assault rifles to choose from right at the moment. So let's go scrap and sell those also. If I can find them. There's our independent assault rifles, and I might as well scrap the independent assault rifle magazines with it. So let's go here and scrap it. Yeah, I don't have any more. And let's go here and scrap the ammo and both of those. And there we go. We have the required materials we need to get extra manufacturing back in the works. And we're going to go ahead and, whoops, go to the base and do that. With the amount of stuff I'm going to be wanting to build here in the short term, I'd like to get that on board so we can speed up the process just a little bit more. And the last thing I noticed when we were popping around, there's a couple promotions in there. Is that the only? Actually, there's 3 promotions. What do you know? Do we have anything else down here? Anybody else? No, our newest rookies have not quite trained enough to gain their first promotion, but I'm sure that's going to be coming soon. But let's go ahead and do these 3 promotions, and then we'll get ourselves moving on to the episode at hand, or the mission at hand. Brooke, you know, I'm not thinking I'm going to cross-class you right now. I'm thinking as my priest, you need some more will to really truly be effective, especially to have a chance at mind control. So rather than do any kind of perks, we have sniperist available. You know, there's a possible cross-class, but I think more importantly, I want to strengthen you up as a priest and gain you some skills this way. And we'll start there with your promotion, Brooke, and just giving you all that extra will to hopefully make you a little bit more effective. We also have Kurt Russell that's gained a promotion. He's potential to cross-class. I know I have cross-classed another one of my guys. Excuse me. In fact, Lugasa Jr. is my other one. Same assault cross-class to a sniper, and he's been doing a good job for us. At the moment, I like the idea of giving you a little extra speed, so I'm gonna go with quarterback on you. I'm not gonna do any cross-class directly at the moment. We're gonna kind of hold that in reserve. So we're gonna give you a little extra speed just by this, and what the heck, be able to throw that grenade a little farther. And you're not really hurting for carrying weapons, so let's just focus another couple points on speed and leave it at that for you, Kurt Russell. And finally, we have Charles Dutton, who gained a promotion. And once again, another cross-class potential opportunity that we're looking at. But I'm going to bypass the cross-class at the moment. I'm going to give him, I think, both reckless, because I just like dealing extra damage. To heck with the aim. We get close enough anyway. And biochemist, why don't we inflict a little viral damage on top of that? So we'll take both those secondary perks here. Skip the cross class at the moment and give a couple points of willpower to help with those dashes. And there we go. We've got our promotions going. Let's get back to our mission at hand, and that is with the Manticore up here. And it is the Phase 2 for New Jericho that we're going to get down in. I read this last time, so we'll skip it now. And all items on the battlefield will be automatically recovered. Let's just double check how we're loaded up here. And I think I'm fine with this makeup for you, Nikolai. It's been working for us so far. Joe Murata. Yeah, I think you're fine. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be facing here, so it's hard for me to totally know what is hiding out or protecting that Scarab we got to get the device from. But I think everybody's probably pretty well equipped for a standard, I'm not sure exactly what we're dealing with, mission here. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Let's get out there, guys, and make this happen. We'll see you down on the battlefield. Alright, here we are. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with. It is definitely Pandorans. So I'd say there's definitely a chance of sirens. We're going to have to keep our eyes and ears open on that one. Looks like this is Will. Is there any target? Okay, there's the Scarab we got to get to for whatever device is in there. I don't think we get a vehicle off of this one, but we do have to secure the Scarab and the AI device within it. So it would appear to be somewhat straightforward. The question is, do we also then, after we're done, have to reverse course and come back and exit? That's the only part of this I'm not totally clear on. Let's see who we're dealing with out on the field here. Okay, he's close up. Hefty hit points, but he is total close up, no weapons. And this one I don't think I like. Yeah, he does have the grenade launcher that I would like to take care of ASAP, so he can't play with us at long distance. And here we have another close-up guy with a spitter head, not so scary. And we have two grenade launchers that do not appeal to me. So those would be my two ideal first targets to deal with as far as our snipers are concerned. I'm kind of thinking, well, I'll tell you what, let's see how this develops based on how we do with those two. Robbie Zasso, hopefully I will not be calling you Tom Cruise today, but let's take our first aim and just see. In fact, we're not going to do quick aim. We're just going to take the aim and see what we're dealing with here. And no, that's not where we want to go on this one. Is that unfortunately is one of the guys I think we want to be able to hit, and we got someone standing in your way. So the first person to get out of the way, well, that's Joe. You're in the way. So why don't we keep you there so you can get two shots? We're gonna do some marked for death just to make, well, his hit points aren't that great. So even if we hit him, you know, we don't have to just go for the arm. A hit is probably gonna take him out. That's the only good thing about these rocket or grenade guys is they should be easy to kill. So Joe, we're gonna start the first shot with you. And we're just going to go quick aim, so if we miss for whatever reason at this range. And it doesn't look like we will. So we hit the launcher arm just to make sure. It says we have a chance to kill even by hitting the launcher arm. Well, we'll focus on the arm itself and see if we can connect. Well, we disabled his arm. He's bleeding. Fortunately, we were at long enough range for the other return fire not to hit, and he's going to bleed out. 2 hit points left. So, let's see if you can manage. This one's going to be a little harder at higher range.
Identifying target.
We're going to skip the bleeder and take another pot shot down here and see if we can do some damage on this guy. I'm trying to figure where do we have the least opportunities to miss on this guy. Maybe here. Yay, nay, let's find out. And we probably went right through that hole in the arm that he presented with us. He is definitely alerted, and we don't need him shooting those freaking grenades at us. What we can do now, though, is you should have an unobstructed view. Robbie, let's make sure.
Ready to engage.
Of this other guy. Oh yeah, you do. And we're just going to center you in, but we're going to do, once again, quick aim, because there are a few holes in the old body over there that we might miss through. So let's give you 2 tries just in case. And see if we can connect.
guy.
Okay, we got this guy's leg. Now, is he dead enough? We don't have to worry about him. Guess what? This guy is also going to bleed out. So good job on the snipers. We're going to then maybe just take that extra sniper shot on the last guy I think we can still see, or we're supposed to. Yeah, we have a chance. We'll try to avoid the shield. There's a lot of ways to miss. So this is probably our least definite kind of a shot here. We won't take this guy down just because he has a few more hit points, a little extra armor than the other two that we just damaged. But let's see if we can at least connect. Well, they were long range. They were hopeful shots. Ah, we hit the shield. Well, what can I say? We hit the shield. Now, if we come up here, this guy, I'm almost feeling like we could probably stay put. Is that the better play at the moment? Set some overwatch for this guy to come charging towards us is what I'm thinking will happen. How about that, Sigourney Weaver? Because as he's running towards us, the other options are onslaught and whatnot. I'm more thinking that we kind of set up a wall of overwatch against this guy, since we don't have to worry about the guns. We're only, well, of the enemies we can see, we only have to don't have to worry about guns. So we can kind of afford to come out here into certain positions and lay down a bunch of overwatch in case they advance towards us. So I'm giving you, and there's another enemy we didn't know about. Where? Oh, where? Oh, where? Could it? Oh, well, okay. That is fine. We're going to have some worms, but that doesn't change how I want to position. I think we're going to just do a really short range in case he gets far enough towards us. His movement is not great. So I'll tell you what, we won't do the shotguns because he might not quite make it that far. We're going to kind of put it right about that distance, so it's still a nice close distance for us. We're going to bring you over here, Sigourney.
I'll be right there.
And we're going to keep ourselves together because that's, in my mind, is the best kind of worm protection we can give ourselves. And Sigourney, I'm thinking we're going to pop you right here on Overwatch. And we're going to try and be careful not to do too much overlapping so we don't self-inflict any wounds.
Anything that moves dies.
Sade, I don't know where is going to be best. If he's running at us, even though we have the arc out here for Overwatch, I don't want to run you too far away. We're going to bring you right here for a little Overwatch. And we'll use this weapon. And we'll kind of run it this way.
They're not getting past me.
And kind of thinking maybe why don't we just do a little boom blast over here and see about doing some damage on both these fools over here. To open up the action for you, Nikolai. Yeah, I kind of like that. That's a satisfying, nice start to weaken down this guy. So maybe when he is running towards us, if he should do so, if we do have the opportunity to... Oh, and there's someone else there too. Look at that. And enemies all over the place. So yeah, this is a nice place to go. In fact, I think that was a mind fragger looking at the body there that we just took out. So there's a hidden benefit to blasting grenades into the unknown. Okay, and I just want to take a look at the damage we did. We damaged this guy's head. He still may not die with Overwatch if he runs into it all, and we got a little bit of damage going there, so we'll take it. I think we're going to survive the first turn at least. We got a return fire going on that guy. Well, not the one I intended to do the Overwatch on. Ooh, I think we hit ourselves. Can you swing? Ah, Sade was the one that was not in ideal position. And this guy can still move forward 16, but yeah, he
Ow!
didn't have the movement just as I expected, except we used all our Overwatch on everybody else. So Sade, at least you're not bleeding. That is going to help us. Except we have worms now to deal with. That isn't necessarily going to help us. And they're kind of spread out. Well, we got the pistoleros here, so worms can be dealt with them, and we don't have too much that we have to worry about yet at long range, long distance, and we got a lot of guys up close that are good at short distance, kablam, kablam. So we're going to do those things. One shot from Sade as payback can take that one out. We can get a heavy to take this one out. 120 left. And then you're definitely going to have some fun running up here and getting a big old shot. You probably won't take them out, but combined perhaps, if we can get Sigourney over here starting, maybe we can get enough of a shot around that shield. We're going to give that a go. Let's start out with Sigourney because she's the least definite of our shots right here. And no, ignore the worms, please. That's not the one I'm looking for. That's the one I'm looking for. So we do have the ability to potentially do some damage around the shield. We may also hit the shield, but we're going to focus right here, see what kind of hurt we can do, and see if Takeda can finish it off. Ooh, got rid of the shield. That's still going to be a lot of hit points for you to take care of. In fact, let's get an idea right now. Oh, we might be able to shotgun him out of existence via the leg. There's a chance. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to step you forward just to make sure we hit that leg with our full force available. Now that's looking good. Alright, we'll see if we got to adjust you anymore, you. Sade, I decided I'm going to bring you right here to finish the existence here of this particular Arthron. And you are injured. We're going to have to get that med kit going for you. We are going to have to get that med kit going for you.
Preparing to fire.
Arthron number 2 down. We don't really have too much cover to move you to. We'll have to figure out where we want to for you and the rest. And then Nikolai, you get to have some close-up fun with your other weapon right here. Into their soft legs. And Solmar, that's like the charge of the Light Brigade there. They're gone. I think what we'll do, we have plenty of will at the moment. We're going to switch over here. We're going to do a quick aim on the worm closest to us with you, Joe Murata.
Ready to fire.
And I think you got that. Do we want to do another one? No, I'm actually got different plans for you. We're going to go with Robbie and the pistol on the rest. There we go. Worms handled. And we also have the ability now. You have the most will, Robbie, so we're going to mark for death our Chiron friend over there. And we are going to quick aim you. And we're going to switch to the biggest damage dealer we have available. and get the torso bleeding. That's the plan. Now, Joe, I guess we don't have to use your will since you don't have quite as much, and I won't get 2 shots off with the weapon we want to use. So let's just take this shot.
Identifying target.
The torso is out. That's still the best target we can focus on. We're really not going to do the damage on the abdomen with all that armor. So let's just continue the max damage. Oh yeah, we get more damage overall by taking on the torso again. And we got a leg instead. So he's just a little bit slower and he's bleeding a little extra. So missing like that was a good thing. Sade, I'm going to run you right here. We're going to have to get you a med kit, and let's find out. Just for my reference, you do have one. Let's set it over there just so it's readily available for the start of next turn. Now let's just hope there's nothing in the distance that's going to have a shot on Sade and end her existence. Let's hope. You, I'm just going to give you this cover just in case, and we're going to set there for the moment. We got return fire, so we're hurting the Chiron bad. My question is, do they have reinforcements on this map? I'm not seeing any reinforcements. So was this just a matter of fighting through the few enemies we saw out here? Nikolai, let's get you jumping. We do have a couple worms our way, but we got enough others that can take care of the worms. Let's get you jumping way out here, and we'll see if we see anything. Nothing new, so I'm kind of thinking let's just step you forward because you're going to be only one more jump away from our target and leave you there. Worm City. Well, we got Sigourney who can just come over and do the easy bashes for us. We'll start with that. Alright, and where is that one other worm that I've missed? Ah, you? Would you like to do the honors? See, found a way to work in the stick for you. And we're going to get you up to some cover over here. Sade, we are going to heal you. I don't know why you're showing green over here. We want you to heal yourself.
Let me catch my breath.
I guess if I had picked you, you would have run over there to heal him. I guess maybe that's what that's telling me. We'll just go a little Overwatch just because we don't know if anything's... Well, yeah, we don't know if anything else is going to be out there. So let's just set up some Overwatch. I'm getting the sense that this is all there was. This is all we had to deal with. I got 2 individuals here, both of whom... I believe are maxed out as far as their promotions, so we'll just land it on you first. Let's just take a shot. You don't need to use any more will and finish this Chiron off.
Is that all?
And we'll kind of then position ourselves maybe against cover just in case there's someone I'm not aware of. We'll do the same with you, Robbie. We'll kind of overwatch you in this general direction, not overlapping with any people. I don't need any more friendly fire hits.
Holding position.
And Joe, you're done. Sigourney will run you back here. You're done. Actually, what we'll do before I finish you off, let's do the same thing with you. We own medkits right now for all that we picked up on the scavenging mission. We might as well get you back to 100% health while we got some downtime here. And that looks like that might be it. It's just a matter of jumping on over with you. Nikolai, let's get this thing done. There we go. That didn't seem too tough to me. And we didn't get a chance to heal you after all, but you and Robbie had the minor injuries left over to heal at the moment, but there we go.
Good work. The progress we've made with your help has been tremendous. This is really encouraging. I do wonder sometimes though, do you think a weapons-based approach is the right solution? I had thought the Phoenix project was looking for something more subtle. Do you ever worry that a military solution to the Pandoran plague will leave us living on a dead planet?
Well, I imagine if we go west knows what he's doing, that might gain us even more favor, but I have a feeling it might anger us with others. But we're in the process of making friends with New Jericho, so let's just go with that and find out what the consequences are.
Well, I hope you're right. And I do think West knows what he's doing. Sometimes it's hard, I guess, not knowing what the plan is. West talks a lot about reason, but sometimes we also need faith.
Alright, so we gained some much needed materials big time here. That's amazing. Even the tech will come in handy, and our attitude has increased, and we have new relations with New Jericho. Let's replenish. And New Jericho is now aligned with the goals and values of the Phoenix Project. All completed New Jericho research is now shared with Phoenix and can be accessed from the research list. Amazing. In fact, let's go check out what research we now have available. Gauss technology.
Research complete.
So we have the ability to manufacture all these weapons we've been using, which also means we have the ability to manufacture the ammo for those weapons. So no more worrying about running out of ammo for those weapons. Aircraft technology.
Research complete.
Combat armor.
Research complete.
So we have all the New Jericho armor available, which includes, let's find out, do we have any rocket body parts available yet to shoot those rockets or two that we have? Doesn't look like it yet, unless it's under a different research category.
Research complete.
Aha, this is the one. We have access to this neural implant technology. After an extensive testing program, direct control of weapons and mounted equipment is now possible with cranial input hubs. The cranial implant procedure has proven to be relatively painless and allows an individual to coordinate weapon systems by sight and thought. So I'm kind of seeing, first one that pops to mind is Nikolai. I'm seeing getting you some rockets on your shoulders, if that's going to be possible for us. Grenades, rockets, you're going to have it all for the distance damage.
Research complete.
Training facility efficiency improved by 50. So that's going to speed up the training of our new recruits, if I understand that correctly. And that's a big one. That's a big one to help get them up to speed a lot faster.
Research complete.
All right, we do have the ability for all the technician parts and pieces and armor and you name it. We can deploy auto turrets. There's a fun one that I haven't had a chance to play with it. I've been wanting to for a long time. So I'm excited about a technician. We'll have to discuss. If you have ideas on who I should first try the cross-class with technician, I'm going to take a look on my own too, but we'll give you guys a chance to give me some input also.
Research complete.
We have an armadillo we could build if we so desired. Ah, we can build our own incendiary grenades. That's really cool. There is a flamethrower available. I don't know that the new Jericho flamethrower is the best one available out there, but we do have that option too. Let me know if you guys have had some experiences with the flamethrower. Is this particular one worthwhile, or is one of the other ones down the road going to be better to wait for? And now we got through the... So that's some great stuff that we picked up. I'm excited about the research that we got, and that is activated. So we have access to build all sorts of new weapons now. There's the flamethrower. There's the fuel canister for it. The purification grenade is a big one. I'm going to want to have a few more of those. I really like the effects of those grenades over, far superior than your average grenade. Wouldn't it be nice if I could equip our grenade launcher that Nikolai's carrying around with our purification grenades? That would be so cool. So we have the Fury here, the missile launcher. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put that in the... Oh, no, we have two already. So it comes... We got some. Also, maybe we picked some up and I hadn't realized it before, but we have two of them already. So very cool. Mech arms for our technicians. The auto turrets. Yeah, we definitely want to get some of those, I think. Is there auto turret magazines? How do we put out, what do we need to put out the auto turrets? Do we need arms and a full technician build to be able to put out these turrets? That's what I'm going to have to read up on. And if you know the quick answer, let me know in the comments too. I'm excited about some of these new toys we've got, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited about some of these new toys. Very cool. In fact, manufacturing wise, oh yeah, because we have new armor. And vehicles, we have some new vehicles, so there we go. Now the Thunderbird holds 7, speed is 380, which is still on the slowish side. It's also a heck of a lot quicker than a Tiamat. So Thunderbird's kind of the in-between Tiamat and Manticore. Kind of like the Helios speed and just using 2 of them at a time. Okay, there we go. Diplomacy, we are over 50, so we cannot lose that again, even if we dip down. So now is definitely the time to be able to focus on Synedrian. First thing we want to do is where do we want to send the Manticore? And let's take a look at the team that's on the Manticore. I think the stamina is a little on the low side, so let's just start out by getting us back to the base. And while we're headed back to the base, we might as well check out an exploration site. Alright, we've made one of our trading missions, has made it to Chicken Broth for the Apocalypse, Fort Shaw. At Fort Shaw, our operatives witness the lighter side of life in New Jericho Haven when they are invited to judge a local cooking contest. Cooking in the post-apocalypse is a difficult task, especially if you want the result to actually be tasty. But this just brings out people's innate creativity. Human beings like a challenge. Judge the competition instead of judging, participate. Well, we have the food. Why don't we just join the competition instead and use some of our food and see what we can come up with. Participating in the contest, our operatives get to know the people of New Jericho, at least here in Fort Shaw, in a new way. As it turns out, they're just ordinary human beings trying to live meaningful lives in an increasingly alien world. The winner of the contest, Fred Ujarak, sums it up best. We just want to bring things to go back to normal. Notice I added the word bring just because. Alright, so that one's done, but we do have a job to do here first. And we want to trade. And we want to trade food for materials. We can give up 148 food, and we're going to do it. And while we're here, we might as well, why not? We've got the food. Let's trade for some tech. Alright. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of nice. We have an exploration site nearby. I'm a little hesitant to explore at the moment because, you know, I don't know. Have we even had an ambush yet? Have we even had an ambush yet? I think what we'll do is we'll take this Helios up to the next New Jericho site. We got to wait for this stuff to build down here anyway. We'll be able to trade for materials. We won't do any trade here. We'll just see if we can pick up another exploration site for once we have a little more stamina. And we didn't really... Okay, we do have an exploration site up here. So maybe what we do is we just kind of figure out where some exploration sites are going to be for us while we're waiting for a little more trade. That I think we have time to do a little more exploring just because that mission wasn't super long. At least I don't think so in my head. I didn't set my timer before I started recording. Let's get up here to this one. Alright, here we go. And we did not get any activity as far as a pop-up in this haven, but we did find another unexplored site. Let's do our trade. We want the materials. And that brings us down to a place where I'm starting to get comfortable with that food level, that materials level, and definitely that tech level. So I think the trades were timely and worthwhile for us. But we're going to start coming back to the base here in a moment. I guess we'll just do this little base check also before heading back. And I have an exploration site here. We made it here with no surprises except for an exploration site. So let's head back to the base and wait. We're getting, yeah, another exploration site. There's so many so close right here. Why don't we continue to explore? Yeah, we're starting to see question marks. The question marks don't always appear right near the base in question. But they do appear. They do appear. Okay, we're back at the base. That's fine. And exploration site, well, what do you know? Nothing was found by the Manticore. Well, Manticore, let's get you back to the base, and we'll start making a decision on where to go from there. There's also a chance... I don't think we'll make it in time, but let's go to the base via this haven, just in case. They're not going to disappear if we don't make it in time. But just in case, why don't we do it just to see if we can't find a nest, a lair, or something in the mist here. I think we're too far away, though. And now we've landed in Fort Taggart. The truth is out there. At Fort Taggart, our operatives are approached by Colonel Budahas, who is pursuing leads to a mystery that has eaten away at him since before the first mist. Did the government know about the Pandora virus? He believes that there were parts of the state apparatus that distrusted the Phoenix Project for its internationalism and created an agency to investigate unusual phenomena on its own. That elusive agency's trail has led him all around the world, with the support of Tobias West, of course. But lately, West has been getting impatient and would prefer to invest his resources elsewhere. Maybe Phoenix Project could help? And I'm thinking, yeah, because we got the food, we got the tech. Let's finance the investigation. We may get something out of this. Maybe? Oh, except New Jericho, but we don't care. New Jericho's attitude dropped because we got it where we wanted it anyway. Colonel Budahas nods gravely. I will not disappoint you, my friends, he says. I will contact you as soon as I know more. The truth is out there. Sounds very X-Files to me. Okay, yeah, we'll come down to this site and then head back to the base here with our Helios. And nothing. We just got a few more exploration sites which is nice to help. Oh yeah, over here in the mist also. So yeah, we definitely want to do this as a team. And ideally, it would be nice to do this with full stamina.
The disciples of Anu Haven is under attack.
Okay, Emar, let's go find out. This one's way over here, and this one will be defended by Anu if we don't go to it. So let's cancel that one. But we really don't have the stamina for the Manticore now, do we? Well, if we got down there, we actually could have stamina to help us out, and we might get lucky to find a lair, nest, you name it, if we can get here in time. Because what I'm interested in doing is finding missions now that will help increase the diplomacy for Synedrian, because I do want all three. My goal is to have all three above 50%, so we have access to their stuff. I don't necessarily need everybody at 75% relations, but 50 is my minimum goal for all of them before we move forward and not worry so much about how much they like us or not. So let's send the Manticore down here, see if we can get here in time. And we're going to let these guys sit here and wait. In fact, let's take a peek at this base. We have to wait 2 more days. 7 hours for the satellite uplink, which would actually be nice. It might even find us by itself a nest or lair. And the fabrication will be back online or in 3 days. So there we go. I'm fine with this situation. Let's get back to the Helios. The Tiamat is almost to its base, so we can switch out the Scarab. Let's get flying. Yeah, it doesn't look like we would have made that one in time anyway. And this absolutely will be, okay, repair complete, our satellite link, and we got some of our armor coming online. In fact, speaking of armor, I want to get my priest armor up there. And it's a little easier, less to juggle around right now. And put the Banshee back up. And then, well, we got time for the Marduk's Fist because you're still resting and waiting for the healing down in that base, Callum. So I don't mind keeping this order, because by the time you guys are able to get your stamina fixed and whatnot, hopefully it'll be built. So let's keep going on the Manticore. Now we've got back here, all I'm going to do here while we're sitting here is free up. Yeah, health-wise, stamina-wise, we're not looking bad here. Let's just look at our personnel and change out the Scarab. Let's get this into the base, and let's get the full strength Scarab onto the Tiamat. And what we can then do is, now that we have all these other exploration sites nearby, we can send the Tiamat out, start checking those. Alright, we made it to the Haven to defend. We will lose a little bit of reputation with New Jericho, but nothing on Synedrian, so that is ideal. The threat level is low. It's a nighttime Pandoran mission, so we're going to do this to get some extra goods and hopefully find a lair, nest kind of thing to start working on Synedrian's diplomacy with us. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. We got a lot of more exploring done than we've been able to do in a while. And we had a nice successful victory that ended up not feeling that difficult. But hope you all liked it. Leave any comments on some of the questions I mentioned earlier as far as what we should build, who would be the best to cross-class with a technician, any other goodies that we have. I'm thinking of attaching the rocket to Nikolai. Is there someone else who might be just as worthy or better? Any ideas you have? Otherwise, you know, I'll still make my decisions on my own if I don't hear from anybody. But I like to always give you guys some opportunity to have some input. So this is ZigZagZog signing off from somewhere in this world. Thanks so much for watching, and I do hope to see you next time.